So, Double or Nothing is being talked about as being the longest show in wrestling of all time. One of the longest shows that in wrestling that's ever been. Like, one of the longest. And y'all know what problems people have at WrestleMania 35. And that's where we got, day one or night two. Whatever the fuck. But, Double or Nothing had a total of 13 matches on their show. 13. Count them. 13. That's double. That's two times. It's doubled in the number, like 12, for example. It's doubled than that. No, it ain't doubled than that, but it's Double or Nothing indeed. No pun intended. Alright, so that was a problem, man. Double or Nothing just, Double or Nothing had its moments, obviously, but my problem with it, again, too fucking long. And compared to last year, a lot of stories were quite shit this year. Yeah. So let's get into the Double or Nothing, in my opinion. So there were two matches in the pre-shows that I fucking didn't know about, really. Because some people watch Collision, some people don't. It was the Agony versus the Cage of Agony versus the Acclaimed, which I knew about feud a little bit, and under the Honor Present Thunder Rosa, I think that's going on Rampage or probably Collision. And okay, the main show started with the International Championship, which was a pretty decent match, fun stuff, enjoyable. Will Ospreay Roderick Strong match. You knew that Will Ospreay is gonna beat him, so it meant a lot to it. That Will Ospreay is gonna beat Roderick Strong and become champion, because you were not gonna put him together to make him lose. They're building this guy up as one of their top guys and making them. He's already a main event guy from the time he's showing off in AEW, in my opinion. So because of his background with the matches with Kenny Omega and stuff, and how popular he is, Will Ospreay indeed. But yeah, so they had a fun, good match. A really fun opener. Enjoyed it. A really good match. Then we get into some ridiculous matches right here, which we're gonna talk about more with the Unified Championship Trios matches. All right, cool. Pac and Phantom Zero. Really didn't get the story behind this. This just came out of nowhere. Like, okay, out of nowhere, the hot shot booking, and okay, cool, done. I don't even say anything about this match. It was whatever it was. It was what it was. Pac confronted Jay White backstage something, and that was like. Now this match surprisingly surprised me, because they had built up Serena Deeb as this, she'll do anything it takes to become champion, and I really was into the story with Thomas, Tony Storm, and Serena Deeb. That match with them, because any other match Tony Storm has been in most of the reign, has quite not lived up, but this match was fun. It was cool. I enjoyed every little. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. You tell me right now. Tell me right now that you're gonna not blow this feud off at this point. Because, first of all, White having a singles match between these two in the first place, interesting. And obviously, Orange Cassidy beat him. And in terms of record storybook book telling, it made no fucking sense. It was a fucking dud of a match. And we're gonna move on from this shit. I'm not even talk about it at this point. Alright, let's get into FTW Champion 3-way rules match between Hook, Katsura Shibata, and Jericho. This was, in my opinion, a pretty fun match. Enjoyed it enough how it was. It was better than Hook and Jericho at a Dynasty. Clearly much better than that. And that's reviewed before as being one of the worst matches I've ever seen. This match was really fun. And Jericho and Shibata had their match, I think, at Dynamite or something. So it was a really fun match. Enjoyed it. It was carnage and stuff. I fucking loved that and Double or Nothing. Great match. And I'm really loving Jericho's work. And it's some person who does not really like what Jericho's been doing since, GS and whatever. Let's get into another match with Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita. You tell me, why the fuck was this eliminator match? It could have just made an AEW championship match. Jon Moxley was still gonna win. Why the fuck is Konosuke Takeshita? Oh, I'm watching an eliminator match on Double or Nothing. It's fucking stupid, nothing nonsense. Fun match. Hard-hitting action. New Japan style a bit. But fuck, I don't care about what was the point of this match. This was a fucking eliminator match. I was like, fucking what? All this build-up for an eliminator match? Good job. And now we get into the match that really, really fun part of the night. Adam Copeland went to Malachi Black. Really good, full, enjoyed that all together. Carnage, loved every bit of it. Gangrel, man. And Adam Copeland talked about this on his podcast with Chris Van Vliet that he wanted Gangrel, and he tried. It made more sense for because I literally loved the South of the Heaven thing he did with Edge when he did it in WWE versus Finn Balor. So I didn't mind it. So Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black was a pretty fucking good match. Spots were great. Gangrel coming in again. It made sense. More of a dark, spooky vibe we're telling here. We did tell that same story, but the South of Heaven, I just loved it more of it. So Adam Copeland and Malachi Black. And now let's get into what happened in this match, which is Adam Copeland jumped off a fucking steel cage. My point is, he can do that stuff, obviously, and the WWE would have let him maybe do that if he was not wrestling every single week. Not every single week, but he was wrestling a lot that he was weak at the WWE. And it's a fun topic to discuss. So Adam Copeland just jumps off, and when he landed right on his knees, it cringe. God, man, this was absolutely hard to see that how he knee buckled, and you could tell that was injured, and it came out right away that he was injured. So it's pretty well to know. Yeah, this match is pretty decent, and I enjoyed it. Not just decent, it was pretty good. In terms of a fun wrestling quality match, in terms of just something like fun with two people, a singles match, this was like this was the match of the night, single terms. We're not gonna get into that, but alright, this match was fucking incredible. But the payoff of it didn't really do well, so yeah, quite the story into it. Really liked it. AEW TBS champion, which had a really good story, but Mercedes Moné, the story actually had a very good story behind it, but the story they were telling, that didn't pay off well, and it was just beats off stupid television. Absolutely fucking whatever this shit was. I'm hyped to see this. But, it was what it was. It was a good match at best. Will Nightingale, lost to Mercedes Moné, which was quite predictable, could happen. And then at the end of the you see still you had the way and stuff, and then Chris Sadlander, which I thought she was not turning, and she did that cool Sami Zayn Kevin Owens spot that everybody does. I think quite does all the time. And God, I love that match. Bashed her head. It felt like she killed her. Like that spot was gnarly fucking good after the match. I love that spot, but the match was pretty good. Just good. Now, an AEW World Championship match in Christian versus Strickland. This match was pretty good and fine. Again, it was a little bit, there's not, I couldn't believe myself that, Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. Christian Cage is going to win the championship, build him up, he's going to win the title. It's quite predictable. Yeah. Anarchy in the arena. God. When you would say either this is the worst Anarchy in the arena you've ever seen, I just would discuss it with anybody. If this is the worst Anarchy in the arena you've ever seen, or either it's the best. Holy fuck. This match, in my opinion, was the best Anarchy in the arena match I've ever seen. And them playing theme, it looks like a fucking edit. It looks like one of those edits people do, with the wrestling and a proper, fucking song. Sure, going wild with that. You go see them on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or any other shit. Or with any other fucking shit on planet. God, I love this. It was so good. The spots were absolutely incredible. Such a fun ending, man. I fucking loved this. A lot of weird stuff like Tony Khan dancing over the ramp, where they talk a little later, whatever the fuck. Weird spot for Darby Allin, but really good to fuck. Like, God, crazy. It lived up to the name. Either again, either you hate this match, or either you fucking love it and you fucking say, fucking, I love this shit, and I would love it. And this is Anarchy in the Arena. It lived up to the name Anarchy. You say Anarchy, it lived up to that name. But let's just review the other show. We just mentioned a lot of matches here to talk about, man. And this show was a fun show. But it didn't do well in terms of changing some stuff that we wanted. Alright, it was a pretty fun show. I enjoyed it enough, but it was fine. And if you don't know, or talk about more about it, alright, so, well, Double or Nothing fucking, the problem was probably the time and stuff. And that was my problem in general. WrestleMania 35 in general. The time limit, 7 hours, where the fuck 9 hours, I don't know. This was less, but still felt like a lot. And, AEW seems in an okay position. Not something I'm going to say they're in the best position that they should be in. But you know what? That's professional wrestling. And this is the reviews. And this is Spades out.